In chapter 4, we will talk about custom-based market metrics based on transactional data, which comes from customer databases and the purchase data. And we will see how we can use this data to do segmentations. First of all, we will see different types of segmentation. We will then see traditional marketing metrics such as sales or market share. And we will then do customer-based market metrics. What is market segmentation? Market segmentation means that you divide a large heterogeneous market into smaller segments, you can also call that groups, that can be reached more efficiently and effectively with products and services that match the needs. It means that you have a big population, these are the customers, and divide the markets, for example, in market 1, market 2, Asia, and this might be Europe. Within the European market, you divide in 3 segments, for example, man and woman, a segment with different age groups. For example, older customers or young customers between 20 and 30, 31 and 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, and more than 60. Divide the market into segments of customers that develop segment profiles. Once you have divided this market, you are practicing target marketing or targeting, which means that you select the most profitable segments to focus on. For example, of women between 41 and 50 years old is the most profitable segment. So for these reasons, you will develop adapted products to these targets. I'll come back to my definition. So you divide thus large heterogeneous markets into smaller segments to more efficiently market products according to the needs of them. Instead of focusing on the overall market, you focus only on one or different segments. So generally, a small firm would be focused on a niche market, so one single segment in which I'm specialized, in which I can better satisfy my customers. A big firm like L'Oréal would probably be present in all markets. So our market is cosmetics. So we have customers with higher incomes and lower incomes. So we can segment the market in high or premium markets for which we develop brands for premium customers. For example, Biotherm, Lancôme, so all these brands that you can find in perfumeries. On the other hand, they say, okay, we have also customers who have lower incomes, who buy in retail, grocery retail markets. So we develop brands like L'Oréal or Garnier, which are then sold in grocery retail outlets. And so 2 types of segments, premium versus non-premium market, in which the brand is present. But then even within these markets, they segment. For example, L'Oréal has products for men and for women, has products for younger skin without any problems and for older skin with more problems, such as wrinkles. And so these are other segmentation routines. They say we are present not only in France or Europe, but we are present in Asia, Africa, Latin America. So we segment according to geographical criteria. And so we adapt our products to the skin, the particularities of the needs of these geographic markets. So you can see the segmentation leads to adapted offers that fit well to particular segments, and they select those segments which the brand thinks to be most profitable. Volkswagen Group for cars, they have different brands for different income groups or segments. So for example, Seat and Skoda for low income, Volkswagen for medium income, and Audi for high income. So this means that they can better fit to the needs of these segments. And even within each brand, they have different models that fit exactly. For example, bigger families with vans, for example, and single households with small cars, for example. This is done actually in every domain. If you take the example of an airline, let's take the example of Air France. They have different brands. So they have Air France, KLM, for short, medium, and long-haul flights with service on board. They have a brand called HOP, which was formerly Regional Airlines, which aims at serving smaller regional airports. They have a low-cost brand called Transavia, targeting a low-cost. So within one group are different brands that aim at solving and satisfying different types of customers. One criterion to segment is geographic. We have seen that also in the database marketing. Geographic information is important to do segmentation because it can enable you to segment, divide the market into different geographical units, such as, for example, nations, regions, state, cities. So you can also divide into urban areas and outside urban areas. Or you segment according geographical blocks: European Union, US, Asian, and you focus on these geographical blocks. We can segment customers according to demographic information. This is what we also can find in the customer database, such as age, so birth date, the gender, family size, are there children or not, life cycle, which means that younger customers, so in your life cycle, you're more state where you not earning too much money, but you are studying, so you are financed by your parents probably. But this means that in the future you might become an interesting segment for a lot of brands, including banks, for example, in the finance sector, because you once you work will have higher revenues, and then you become interesting for all types of brands. Life cycle means, so for example, students, young professionals, confirmed professionals, seniors, teachers, children, babies, toddlers would be examples of life cycles. This is an example about the customer life cycle, as I just stated. So it's according to the time. Customers might also be segmented according to life cycles such as acquisition, development, maturity, decline, or reactivation. So you see here clearly like a product life cycle. There are different states through which different customers might also be segmented according to life cycles such as acquisition, development, maturity, decline, or reactivation. So you see here clearly like a product life cycle. There are different states through which different cycles through which customers go through, and the purchases vary then according to the time. You probably more buy in a major state than in a beginning state. It varies according to ages, and generations have different opinions, attitudes, and tastes, and values and beliefs. Here, as I just said before, examples are babies, children, teens, students, young professionals, confirmed professionals, and seniors. According to each life cycle, the needs are different. In the bank sector, now you have students, so we have probably only a credit card, perhaps a saving account like a livret A is in the beginning of the relationship with the bank. Then you will start to work, and so you will go through the development cycle where your revenues increase, so you need also more money. Because you might perhaps buy your first flat, you would like to have a credit to buy a new car. Your needs change, and the offers of the bank will also change. And then you will change the job, you will get married, you will have probably children, then the need again changes. So you need not, you have bought a small flat, you need a bigger flat, so you might rent your small flat or sell it in order to buy a newer flat, a bigger flat or a house, which corresponds to your needs. And so again, the needs change. The bank will then offer you or suggest you some credits and some loans to finance all this. And then even further with 40, you will start to prepare your retirement. And so you will invest in life insurances and so on. So, and then you retire and then you will become still another customer with other needs corresponding to the life cycle of retirement. This information is interesting because every life cycle represents a different type of need. The income, to understand also the occupation and education, so giving you an importance also about probably customer lifetime. Then occupation and education are also important segmentation variables. Indeed, the higher the occupation and education, the higher will also be the requirements and needs for high educational products. For example, if you want to do advertisement for a master degree or a doctorate degree, market segmentation according to education and occupation might be an interesting and relevant segmentation variable. And finally, we have religion, ethnic origins, and nationality as important demographic segmentation variable. Indeed, religion and ethnic origin are important criteria in the food market, but also for the cosmetic market. For example, in Asia, white skin is more preferred, whereas in Western civilization, brown skin is preferred. So this needs important adaptations of products to these cosmetical markets. You can base the segmentation on behavioral indicators. This is also what you can find in the customer base. This is the transactional data or behavior data. For example, purchase frequencies, purchase amounts, how many money the customer spends, purchase recency, which means the last time the customer bought in your brand or in your store, and loyalty status. Do we have a loyal customer or an opportunistic not loyal customer? Customer lifetime value, CLV, which is also an important segmentation criterion. This is very important behavioral segmentation because on the individual level, it enables the firm to segment according to importance of the customers, platinum versus ivory customers, and to better allocate resources to the best customers. This brings me to a comparison between traditional and customer-based marketing metrics. So the traditional marketing metrics are aggregated measures such as marketing shares, so the market shares, and sales, for example, sales in volume or in value. Market shares are measured on the aggregate level, which means that we take into account the sales of a brand compared to the sales of all other brands. On the other hand, CRM, we use individual behavioral customer-based metrics, such as, first of all, acquisition, customer behavioral activity, retention, so loyalty, and the lifetime duration. Metrics to measure customer value, such as share of wallet, RFM value, customer lifetime value, and customer activity. All these indicators are measured based on behavioral indicators and behavioral metrics, whereas the traditional marketing metrics are measured on the brand or aggregate. So that's important to understand, because CRM is about personalization, is about one-to-one marketing. That is one offer to one customer. One customer is equal to one segment. So we have one individual product that is destinated to one individual customer. It is not really reality, but in some sectors, firms are already practicing one-to-one marketing. For example, iTunes. On iTunes or any other platform where you can download music or videos or video on the demand, this is one-to-one marketing, because the customer is exactly downloading products he or she likes. If I ask you now to download 10 songs, we would probably have, we are now 21 participants, 21 samplers with 10 different songs among you. There might be some overlaps, but overall you would probably choose and download 10 different songs. So this is one-to-one marketing. So you would have exactly the songs you would like to have. And that's very interesting for customers, because customers can exactly have the products they want to have, and which correspond to the individual needs. In traditional marketing, we would do the following. There are 21 customers. What are the overlaps? So there might be overlaps in terms of music taste. Some of you might like rap, other might like house music, other might like retro music from the 80s or the 90s. Others prefer perhaps classical music or jazz. So we would do a segmentation according to music style, and then we would do a sample. That is, we would burn a CD on which we would have the best of each music category with 10 songs. And then we would sell it on the market, but you would probably have some music you like, and there will be probably some songs you don't like. It's highly inefficient compared to the way if you personally download your own music, because there you will exactly download the music you like. This is one-to-one marketing, and the efficiency is related to the fact that, in terms of targeting, the product exactly corresponds to customer needs. Because you buy one song for €1, so you pay 10 euros, you have exactly paid for the songs you like. If you buy a sampler for 10 euros too, and you like only 5 songs, you will have paid for 5 songs you don't like. That is why this individual segmentation is so important, and that is why it's so important to understand customer preferences, because then we can offer products or services to customers. Today, it's still quite difficult to do one-to-one marketing. It's expensive. This would mean that firms have to personalize or individualize products, and it might be difficult to do that on the large level for all customers. And the prices would be too high. That is why we have one-to-one marketing mainly in the digital world, where the customer is doing it. But when you download songs, this is called mass customization, because customers personalize on their own the products and not the firm. So the production costs are on your side. That is your time to choose the right song, and it's not the firm who's doing it. If the firm is offering you proactively products that fit to your needs, this is called personalization. This is, for example, done by Amazon when they send you personalized emails in which they offer you exactly individualized offers. But this is actually, we are only in the beginning of personalization, because we're rather in the phase or in a cycle where firms are collecting data, analyzing data, and in the future, probably in the next 10 years, the firms will start to do personalization. And in the digital sector, it's rather easier because they do mass customization. The customer personalize on their own their products. The traditional marketing metrics are measured on the aggregated level, whereas the individual CRM metrics are based on the individual customer level.